Why is it wiggle wiggle? Don't be wiggling. That's better. Don't be wiggling. What's up, Caleb Sweet? How's it going? There we go. Becoming a professional. Becoming a professional. This is becoming. Being and becoming. We are stuck in a cycle of being and becoming. What's up, Alyssa? Welcome in. What's your name? I gotta remember your name. Thank you for the roses. You gonna stick around? Megan. Anybody ever seen the Playboy Bunny movie with a girl from Scary Movie? What's her name? She plays on Mom. She remembers names like she says it 3 times. What? Megan. Weird. It's funny. It's not as funny to me either. Not because of my impersonation. Welcome in, guys and gals. Can I call you girls? Can I call you gals, guys? Say that 5 times fast. Hope that you would stick around. We're going to learn about the 9 predicates of willpower today. Giving you my coaching program for free if you catch me live every day at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Becoming a professional at what I do. If you guys want the merchandise, boom. If you want it, links on my page. There's a few designs you're probably not going to want to order, but because I got some work on them. But man, dude, when we get to the top of the mountain, it's going to be glorious to look back at all the work. How you guys doing? Get in the comments. We got to be a community. We got to talk to each other. I know it takes typing, voice typing, get in a quiet space, get ready to type some messages soon and very soon, depending on how many people want to do this every week. I'm going to start advertising a time to meet every week on Zoom, and we'll meet up and have a co-create oneness complete recovery meeting. Group share. There's rules. I'm very, very creative. My court case got continued. That's not good news, but still celebrate. I love the attitude. You got to bring that attitude to the table. What's up, Bri? Haven't seen you, bro. It's good to see you. Community. You don't need a brick and mortar building to stand in front of people and build community. And have 30-year veterans speak way more than you do. We have the internet. What did Mr. Bob and Dr. Bill or whatever, I get them confused. What did they not have that we have? The fucking power of the internet, baby. And sending and receiving of information at the speed of light. Awesome. You're in the perfect place. All of my content is niche specific, so that's why Co-Create Oneness is getting a lot of attention here lately, and it's also because of the message that I'm preaching. So I hope that you would stick around. I'm in the comments. I'm practicing being a professional at this. I might have to take a 15-minute interlude to go and help my mom in from the doctor. I take care of my mother. She's 67. She's an amputee. She hasn't walked in 8 years, but somehow now we're walking again after the vision board was placed in front of her, and after the affirmation started spinning around in her head. Why? Because words become how you think, how you feel, how you behave. If you use your words, it will program you. You're concerned. What are you concerned about? I go into treatment tomorrow. I would like you to reconsider that. Don't. You might slap me in the face for considering that. Have you already paid for it? Is it being paid for? Please, I'm paying very close attention to you, Hannah. I want to speak directly at your heart. You're about to be indoctrinated into a system of beliefs inside this treatment industry. Treatment industry. Addiction can be cured immediately upon your understanding of your mind and what responds chemically to the electric thought. Feeling, motherfucker! Feeling! I'm sorry, I'm not cussing at you. I love you. I want to speak directly into your soul because this is the kind of speaking that woke me up. Wes Watson, Eric the Hip Hop Preacher Thomas, I'm trying to think of some more. T.D. Jakes, they spoke into my soul with the power that I knew I had. And it changed me from within. I thought differently about my circumstances. I was an intravenous addict living under a bridge at Getwell and 9 Arnold Road. I was a homeless addict. I was stuck inside of this spending and using cycle where I was being fronted by the dope man that were 3 blocks away from my shop. And they would front it all the way till Friday because they knew I would come and pay my tab or else what? They'll kill me. They would kill me. So I paid my tab and I bought more. Why? When you're in the dope house surrounded by your devil, you're gonna fucking partake. I was stuck. And so what happened with me, Hannah, please pay very close attention. What happened with me is I cut my hand, almost severed my thumb off of my body with an angle grinder. And I was rushed to the hospital and they hooked me up with morphine and they was doing emergency surgery, and then my boss and everybody came in after while I was on the what? The truth serum. And I spilled all. I told them everything about my life, what I was doing, where all my money was going. I was a foreman. I was making $50,000 a year. Like I was in charge of 4 people. I was a leader, functionally addicted. So I was a slave to my habits, ladies and gentlemen. I was building an understanding of habits. Dr. Joe Dispenza's content changed my life. And I started using the YouTube algorithm to weed out all the shit I didn't want to pay attention to and bring in all the things I wanted to fucking fill my mind with, okay? It was all centered around understanding my mind and my emotions. Why am I like this? Why do I need to get high in order to feel safe? Why? Hannah, my dear, human beings are not the only species that enjoy an altered state of mind. You ever gave your cat catnip? You ever heard about them monkeys chewing on that root that gets them high? Every animal in the animal kingdom, you could say. Prove me wrong. I would love to be proved wrong. They enjoy an altered state of consciousnness. What you have to realize, Hannah, my dear, is that there are weapons and there are tools. And it depends on how you use it. And I'm not saying that you can use... This is not true in some instances. I've never met a person that can use an intravenous drug as a tool. You think you're using it as a tool, but you're actually fucking slaughtering yourself. There are substances. There are substances that are not addictive. Ask Alan Watts if this is addictive. Ask most doctors today, they're going to tell you no. It treats a lot of things. It's got far less side effects and cons than it does the pros and the things that it fucking provides for you to use as a tool. It enhances your consciousness if you use it right. Especially these. So if you got questions about this, if I'm piquing your interest, join my WhatsApp group where I teach and I coach for free. 86 participants and growing. A family, interconnected, worldwide, that love on each other daily. I can teach you the 9 predicates of willpower, the 9 facets of veracity, which means a devotion to truth, and the 9-step complete recovery blueprint. And you won't need treatment. You can end the problem immediately within the first week of understanding what I'm teaching. It's a lot. You're not going to learn it all today, Hannah. You're not going to learn it all today. But I'm going to reach you with the most important stuff. Today we just so happen to be going over the 9 predicates of willpower. Something I created because I believe that willpower is a verb. You do not possess willpower. You practice certain things that give you willpower. It always involves doing, and it never involves white knuckling. Idle hands are the devil's playground, right? So we went over the other day all of them, and then we went over the first one. So I want you to have a pen and a notebook, and I want you to write these things down. And Hannah, I hope that we can speak one-on-one when I'm done with today's lesson, because I want to coach you for free before you decide to go into treatment, especially if you're paying for the treatment. It is an option. I'm not trying to strip you of the option, but I want to give you all the options, because the first 8 pages of Google are going to point you directly into the indoctrinated treatment industry. Indoctrination of the treatment industry. Powerlessness. You have no ability. You have an incurable disease of body, mind, and spirit. I'll show you, Hannah, real quick, what you're about to go into. And if you even still decide to go, you'll be wide awake and ready for all these beliefs that they try to program you with using I and we. I and we. You read this stuff off of laminated note cards at every meeting. You go to 3 meetings a day, 90 meetings in 90 days. They're going to program you with these I and we statements, which are going to become your belief system. And it's full of things like, I'm sorry, hang on, I'm usually flipping right to it. We believe that every addict, read it. Can I get it right? There we go. We believe that every addict, including the potential addict, suffers. You want to underline that word. Suffers from an incurable, meaning not fixable, disease of body, mind, and spirit. People usually come in here for 10 minutes and then their attention span takes hold. So I know that I had the attention of everybody that was here, and they wanted to stay. But either 1, they had something to do, or 2, they lost interest with their attention span. The people that are in here right now, I know that you're looking for your best self, and I want you to know they are right there with you now. The Father within you. The divine intelligence, your subconscious mind, it's with you. It started beating in the 3rd week of pregnancy. And because of that heartbeat, the rest of your body was formed. Thank you for the roses. The rest of your body was formed from that heartbeat. You can quite literally say your Creator lives inside of your chest. And it gives to you an autonomic nervous system in control of things like breath. So how do you connect to the Father within? Is it through thinking? Is it through feeling? Yes, it's because of the subconscious programs. Your heart's in control of your emotions, your chemicals. Your thought is in control of your electricity. And you're a sender and receiver of thought. So you're going to learn all about this. I've spent the past 3.5 years of my life vigorously studying this so that I can show people through my own actions and example that you are full of fucking power. Weapons and tools. Weapons or tools. You can use things that numb you and make you drop out and make you forget. Or you can use things, thank you so much, Megan, thank you. You can use things that uplift you, that help you be more compassionate, that help you focus on the optimism instead of the pessimism, that help you cease all complaining, that help you actually feel connected to a divine source. You can use those things as a tool to dramatically improve your life over a short period of time. this book out from in front of me. I promise you guys one thing. I'll have this entire book written as soon as possible. The Complete Recovery Blueprint. I'm so glad that the audio worked without the audio check. Welcome in, Coach Joe. I love you, brother. Good, Hannah. You bring tears to my eyes because I'm serving my purpose right now. I've been doing this every single day for 3 years because something inside of me, the Father within, said, all you got to do is start speaking your message and start writing the next chapter and start sharing your vulnerabilities and start wearing your heart on your sleeve and start letting people know the suffering you've had to endure because of sacrifice. You can either suffer because of regret, or you can change your focus and choose to suffer because of sacrifice in a daily increment of 1% better daily. Just 1%. Ease into it. You don't have a gym, you don't go to the gym and you don't have the habit built. Guess what? You don't have to do anything at the gym. Just go to the gym and show up. And be the person that shows up for 60 days at the gym and watch what happens. Next thing you'll know, a week later, you'll be like, well, maybe I ought to do a little lap. Or maybe I ought to try. You're going to try harder. Build the habit first of environment. Because epigenetics says that your environment will signal new genes. It will signal genes to act in ways that have never acted like that before. In other words, right now you're living the same old program. You have to interrupt that program with your own free will. Right now you're focused on... Answer this in the comments for me, Hannah. Are you focused on everything that you've done wrong? And all of the things that you fucked up? And all of the reasons why you hurt inside, and all of the people that you've let down, and all of the places you shouldn't have went, and all of the situations you could have got yourself out of? Are you focused on all of that? Time to change that focus. What I help people do, what Coach Joe helps people do. Coach Joe's my coach. He's building this with me. Wrong sleeve. Co-create oneness. We'll go into co-create oneness later, but it's going to replace 12-step recovery, and it's going to demolish the treatment industry, because addiction is not a disease and it can't be medically treated. It is a choice of mind, and once you understand that, I think I can help you get it right now. This worked for me, Hannah. So right now, I want you to have a pen and paper, and I want you to say, got it, when you've got the pen in hand ready to write. And we're going to do a practical exercise to help you understand, one, why it's so fucking difficult to change, but two, why it's so comfortable to stay how you are. Water break. Welcome in, Tiny. You guys consider subscribing to the live if you have. I'm going to keep mentioning it throughout the live. It's like $4.99 to be up front. TikTok gets 30% of it, but every dollar that I get from subscribers will fund a homeless addict or homeless person to change their circumstances. Right now we're at $57. As soon as it gets to $100, I'm going out matching my own money and helping the first person that I can. Joe says you feel what you focus on. What you focus on becomes your daily experience. So Hannah, thank you so much, guys. I hope you guys don't feel left out. I'm speaking specifically to Hannah because of her situation, and it is the exact situation I found myself in many, many years ago. So much. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Like, really. Let's get it. Let's get it. Get it. Hannah, baby. Okay. Did you say ready? Did she say ready? Got it. Okay, cool. Sorry. All right. Write your name. And slowly. Don't scribble it. Think about all the times you've written your name. Think about how many thousands of times you've partaken in writing your name. Think about why it's so comfortable, how easy it is. You could close your eyes and write your name with your dominant hand. All right. This is where we flip it. Hannah, I want you to hold your pen out in front of you and look directly at the pen. And with those thoughts of all those thousands of times, all the practice you've put in to this penmanship, I want you to hold your other hand up and put the pen in the other hand. And I want you to notice how uncomfortable it is and how you're probably not even holding it right. And you might have to put it back in the other hand and remind yourself, this is how we hold the pen, in this hand. And then in this hand, you're going to say, wow, how many times have I done this? Why is it so uncomfortable? All right, and here's the challenging part. Write your name right below where you just wrote your name. Just write it. And if you're thinking about this while you're doing it, the realization will come to you. Why? One, it's so uncomfortable to change your life, your habits. And two, why it's so fucking easy to stay the same. Dude, welcome in, Beauty. What's your name? Beauty in the Breakdown. Jessica. Jessica. It's okay. Start from today, and the universe, the TikTok algorithm and the universe are in accord today. They've helped us find each other. That means my content that's centered around search engine optimization of homeless people and addicts is on my profile, and I've studied and I've put 3 years of practice into building this where I know my content will reach the people it needs to reach. I want to use his hate as an example. The guy I just blocked comes in here multiple times a week to say those exact same things. Yell, scream, get mad, get angry. In other words, he is a troll, or she, and they're only doing it because of the place of suffering they're in right now. But I can't continue to let it allow it. It's like 7, 8 times. You are forgiven. It's emotional to me, man. I'm committed to this. Not because of me and my own profit. I haven't even sold a coaching program, although I have one that'll change the life of anyone committed to it. I'm a practicing coach that does everything for free for the past 3 years to help people change their life. Because I was homeless, addicted. I was a slave to my habits and my excuses. And I was my worst enemy. But now I'm my best friend. And because I love myself to the fullest of my ability, everything else in my universe is lining up. That's why it pulls me out of bed in the morning, the things that I do now. And I have a program built to help you find that same thing. To help you be comfortable in the sacrifice, the suffering of sacrifice, because you know doing these things is going to lead you to the life you envision inside of your mind. If thine eye be single, thine whole body will be full of light. If the two make peace in this one house, your thought and your emotion, then you can move the mountains in your life. You got to get out of the boat, Peter, and walk on the water. You got to use things in your life, stories of other people, to say, wow, that's possible for me. What am I not doing? What am I doing right? How can I do that too? And I've created a community of 86 participants and growing that are fully, entirely committed to not only themselves, but to the growth of this community because of the purpose that it serves. People that feel unloved, rejected, and exiled can come into co-create oneness and find passion, purpose, and complete connection with the universe and people, and you actually feel loved, man. You feel like you could do anything and you have the support of the universe at your back. That's how you feel inside of co-create oneness. I'm screaming. Yeah, sorry if you're just coming in. I'm passionate about this. Let me see if I can do something about that. What about here? I don't want it in the middle. Yeah, I got to figure that out. I've noticed in the content I'm creating when the mic clips and things. Sorry, dude. You came in an emotional time. Okay? All right. The lesson. I'm done screaming. All of the points are proven, right? You're powerful. But you're directing your power and you're using it as a weapon. You've weaponized your power against yourself instead of utilizing it as a tool to help you build the life you want. Building takes time. You know what the Great Pyramid of Giza represents? Probably why they built it. As a reminder that building takes time. That you have to suffer because of sacrifice, and you have to eliminate all temptations, and you have to surround yourself with the right people and eliminate people out of your life that are naysayers, and you have to make all these difficult decisions, and you have to fail, and you have to spend money and lose that money and try different things and buy a logo that you don't even use anymore for $1,400 because you didn't understand what a trademark was, and you make mistakes and you fail through them, and because of them you become, and you become, and you become. And you're in this constant state of being, I see this, and becoming, I am that. And being, I see this, and becoming, I am that. Ooh! Great. Putting it in the book. That's the dumbest reason to build something. Let's look. I want to use Starness as an example. The past 3 comments he's made are negative in my book. Comment down below before I go further if you think that the comments that he left are negative. Before I go off on a tangent. Let's see. Please participate. Scroll back up. Sorry, bro. You might have meant something completely different than I'm taking it. But in the use of your language, you see negative words. Words that you should honestly eliminate. That is a paved road to complaint. Your words, they're creative. Yeah, well, I was. And when that changed, my vision started coming. When you realize that you're imaginatively living by fear or you're imaginatively living by faith. Faith, the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Faith. Seeing it in your mind, desiring it of the Father and saying, this is how to get there. By faith. Failure. I still know that I'll do this time. Faith. Fear or faith? You love it when I use a negative person. I do it often, huh? Well, just look at how many followers he has. He's on social media. It's literally a display of following and follower. And you'll see what the fucking problem is. You ain't never gonna find a negative fucking critical motherfucker with a following of 1 million people. Alright, moving on. Let me do a woosah, because I don't want to yell anymore. I don't want this. I want to make content out of this. This is the message. This is the meat. Hannah, this is where you want to take a lot of notes. And comment down below if you need me to repeat something, so that I can make sure you get the notes. What's up, Kaylin? You like being yelled at? That's my best friend, y'all. One of my best friends that I've ever had in my life. Somebody that's supported me as an addict. He took me to, I was going to serve weekend time. He drove me there on his own gas, got me high and drunk before I went in, and helped me go in. Fond memories, and it's always been nothing but love and support for like six years. 2016, 17. Anyways, much love to you, brother. Thank you for being here. I've figured out my path, Kaylin, and I've not only committed all the way to it, but now I'm building the business. I'm in the process of building. That was my reference to the Great Pyramid of Giza. What I'm building is going to replace 100 years of indoctrination, and in order to fucking do that, I have to use the power of the internet, and it's going to take some time to build. Kaylin, pay attention to my shirt and join my WhatsApp group, buddy. It's okay, brother. Typo all you want. We laugh at typos here, right? You know that. Me and my mom, I've got dyslexic tendencies sometimes, and me and my mom will laugh about it. Like the other day, a few weeks ago, I was like, "Mom, I got that head stuck in my song again," and she was like, "What head?" And we laughed for a minute. Notice how in this community, even though it's only 16 people, all 16 of us are here to do nothing but love and encourage. So what did I use? I used the power of the algorithm to find those kind of people. And I block and mute and weed out all the others. And I use my focus to build what I'm building. Welcome in, dude. I'm so happy to see people come back. The good villain. What's your name, bro? You don't have it on your page. Put your name on your page. No, don't. You don't got to. That's becoming a mantra that people sing to me. I'm so glad I found you today. That is a continuous reminder that what I'm building is the foundation. It's a cornerstone. It's required. Let me give you the vision. I'm sorry that I get emotional. You might see me use this bad boy more often. All right. Really quick, without messing the hair up, you can call me Wayne. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. All right. There's all sorts of esoteric and occult connotations in the outline of NA and AA. Esoteric meaning only understood by a select few with specialized knowledge and interest, and communicated to, and occult meaning only communicated to the initiated. Very, very, very specific. They hide right in front of you. I've developed a skill with finding the Templars, the Masonic Order, the deceit. They built a system with the church, with the Vatican, that sits on all of the fucking documents that they won't let us have access to because they know something that other people don't. And they're controlling the what? Power. It's a hierarchy. If I've just, if I've said anything against your faith and you feel offended, understand, you can still have faith in God and faith in what you believe and still be able to intellectually understand the deceit that I'm about to present to you. The next clue you want to look at is that it's written in first and third person, and they use validation and truth. So they don't have your trust because they're an anonymous group of people, and in order to get your trust, they get a doctor's opinion. And they validate their opinion with a doctor's statement. It's full of dogma that you should not accept. Dogma means beliefs that can be proven wrong, that are still forced upon you. That's my definition of it. I can prove you wrong, and you're still trying to fucking force me to believe it. Dogma. Like the medical disease model of addiction. So, yeah, I'm not trying to get on a tangent about that. It's being used against you. Oh yeah, the point I was making, I'm sorry. Library of Congress. Library of Congress. This country is founded on Freemasonry. Freemasonry came from the Templars. The Templars were responsible for the Inquisition. So as soon as you understand all that, you start to realize our country is built on the power that controls the world. Library of Congress. So what's that mean? Well, since the 1930s, they've used this program instead of jail time for people addicted and criminal addict offenders. If you're addicted and you voice that to your public defender, he'll get you a year of rehab. He'll get you a plea deal that involves 12-step recovery and getting your sheet signed. That's been around for almost 100 years. Indoctrination. Forcing it into the minds of the people. Television. MK Ultra. Do you understand? Your beliefs might not be your beliefs. You have to analyze every single belief you have. And as soon as you start to intellectually analyze everything, you'll find the things that by cross-referencing that just don't make sense. And you'll be like, and all you got to do is eliminate it. And it'll help you figure out, what do you believe? I believe in sciences. I believe in things that are predictable because of repeated, it proves itself over and over again. And I also believe in natural law. The study of things that in nature and how they work and why. I'm not an expert. I'm a practitioner. But I pay very close attention to everything that is naturally. And that's how you should live your life and apply those kinds of... Let me give you an example. A tree out in nature. It digs its roots deep into the ground. Deep. Wind cannot fuck with it. It can't be blown down as long as the root system is deep within the earth. You grow a tree indoors in a pot, and you go outside and plant it in the ground with high winds, and it hasn't built that same root system because of the wind resistance, because of being pushed, because of challenge, because of sacrifice, and it's not as strong as a tree, right? It'll be blown over by the challenge. So in order to replace all of this 100 years, I have the power of the internet and I have the power of coaching. A worldwide network of coaches on the internet that will eventually form a coach in a city near you. And the 2 8s, they're not complete without the other 8. Huh? They combine to make 2. Co-create. Taking what I've learned, how I've overcome every adversity in my life, and teaching it to this person so that they can create the same for themselves. It wouldn't have been created if not for the other person. So there it is, my friends, co-creating. Oneness. Oneness means your envision, your imagination, your mental image of heaven is manifested in your life, in all of your circumstances, in everything, in every condition in front of you, in tangible form. Step 9 of the blueprint is to monetize our passions, to bring wealth in this message to others. I'm on step 9 now. Haven't made it yet. But that's why I say you can't work this program in a fucking year. Not even 2. 10 years is mastery. But with the things that I have laid out for you and the things that I'm putting into this book, The Complete Recovery Blueprint, if you commit the next 3 or 5 years to these things, you'll see 1 month commitment. You'll see dramatic improvement in your life. You will feel, because of the new thoughts and the new circuits you build, you'll feel the way that you've been thinking. Thinking and feeling are an interconnected loop. Remember that. Write that down. Thinking and feeling are an interconnected loop. Please join the group. You can be in the group inside of, if you still decide to go to treatment. If what you're going to treatment for is a detox, you can do that by yourself with the help of a coach. And I'll do it. I'm free. I'm still free. I help anybody detox. It's a system. Do you have access to a sauna or a hot tub? And if you don't have access to like a YMCA, all you got to do is put towels underneath your door and run the hot water as hot as it'll get in your bathroom and let it get really, really steamy. Throw you some Epsom salt in a bath and sit in that bath for 20 to 30 minutes. But in the bath, you got to do breathing techniques. You got to meditate while you're in the bath. Is the short version. And what you're going to do is sweat out all those toxins. In combination with a supplement called niacin and a supplement of lion's mane, and even more that I can't talk about on TikTok. In combination with those things, over a 5-day period of using that sauna and reflecting and meditating, you will rid your body of all of that. You will no longer be sick. Detoxed at home. So let me ask you, what are you going into treatment for? Is it court ordered? It's crazy, the statistics of what, treatment and how much it's court ordered, as opposed to the statistics showing that when people are ready to quit an addiction, they quit. They don't need treatment. In other words, I guess the harsh way of saying this is punish the criminals for their crimes and stop letting them use addiction as an excuse. Because what you're doing is flooding the addiction recovery community worldwide with nothing but criminals. And that's why there's so much sexual assault in the rooms. And that's why there's so much judgment and segregation inside of the 12-step rooms. Yes. Like old schoolers will stick with old schoolers, and once everybody's filled up with sponsors, newcomers are like, well, I need a sponsor, and nobody raises their hand. It's like, Will, you want to go to treatment? Okay, so here's what I'll say to that. You go experience it. But I want you to remember everything that I'm telling you today. Because I'm living by the things that I teach, and it's neuroscience, epigenetics, personal growth, personal power, interconnected loop. Thinking and feeling are an interconnected loop. Thank you for asking. Sorry about my chapped lips. It's really dry in Colorado. Take that off. Don't mess up the mop. Okay. Somebody called me Fabio. It never made me feel better. All right. So, diving into the 9 predicates of willpower. There's 3 aspects to the complete recovery blueprint. The 9 predicates of willpower. The 9 facets of veracity. And the 9-step complete recovery blueprint. There's a big reason that we use systems of 3, 6, and 9. We'll go over that later. Right now, it's important to understand that the predicates of willpower are the practical. The facets of veracity are the devotion to impeccable word. And the 9-step complete recovery blueprint is the process and commitment to changing your habits, painting a vision, and committing to it. It's very important that you do the 2 first aspects before you dive into the blueprint. I could say you could work them interchangeably because they're all interconnected and they involve parts of each other. But what I mean to say is you want to immediately begin changing your habits with the predicates of willpower. And you want to immediately begin changing the way that you communicate to the world, about the world, and internally to yourself. Once you have changed those two things, Neville Goddard changed my life with this quote: inner speech, imagination, and the things that you say inside in your mind. Inner speech and right action are the channels of God's action. And He cannot move in your life. He cannot answer your prayers or give you what you want unless those two channels are open. Inner speech and right action. Meaning, what you say aligns with what you do. I am here to speak to your family. So they intervened and they want you to go to treatment. If you can get them on a Zoom call with me, I have an offer. I have an offer for you, for them and you. If let me make sure. Correct? Okay, so your family's paying for the treatment? I've been visualizing this, guys. I've been visualizing this. This is one of my manifest. I'm not trying to claim them in my mind. That I've been practicing with what I'm teaching. This exact visualization, where I find a family that's intervened on their loved one. Insurance is paying for it. Oh, that sucks for me. I'll still coach you for free though. What I was getting at is if your family's paying for you to go to rehab, I'm a coach and I have a program that I know I could spend every single day with you, a few hours a day for the first couple of weeks until we've established a complete understanding of your vision and what you want to do about it, what you're willing to sacrifice, what time you're willing to commit, right? All of these things. I'll still do that with you. Join our group. The 9 predicates of willpower. We went over them briefly. For those of you taking notes, I want to go over them quickly. The easiest way to do it is to write down the page and write willpower, the word, down, so that you can use an acronym to explain each predicate of willpower. Notice how there's 9 letters in the word willpower. Let's briefly go over that really quick. It's important for you to understand. Number 9. 9 plus 1 is 10. And 1 plus 0 is 1. And 9 plus 2 is 11. And 1 plus 1 is 2. And 9 plus 3? 12. 1 plus 2? 3. 9 plus 4? 13. 1 plus 3? You get it? All the way up. It's the last single-digit number in our numeric system, so it's the number of completion is what it represents. It's shaped like it is because of what's called an aquangular spiral. The Fibonacci sequence is involved. That's a formula of growth and of nature and how nature grows. A snail's back's formed this way. Galaxies are shaped this way. Hurricanes are formed this way. Using the Fibonacci sequence, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 3 is 8, 8 plus 5 is 13, 13 plus 8 is 21, all the way up. Keep going. It multiplies on itself. That's why we use a 9-step system. That's why there's 3 aspects of the 9-step system. I'm just reflecting right now back on how long it's taken me to come up with all this. I started the predicates of willpower as the 9 principles of willpower, and it used to be garbage. Didn't make any sense. Started with an idea, and now it's literally I figured out a word to explain every single step that I took. We're going to go over it today. So yeah, if you've got that written down, so the first predicate is willingness. You have to be willing. You have to get curious. Second predicate is imagination. You have to awaken your imagination. and use it as a tool instead of a weapon. The third predicate of willpower is language. By your words you are justified, by your words you are condemned. Language. How you communicate externally to other people, but internally to yourself. Language. The fourth predicate of willpower is leverage. And you can write a / and put life audit, because the fourth step's where you get very practical and you do a coach, and it involves a coaching tool known as a life audit. The fifth predicate of willpower is the P. This is a 3-part. Notice that number 3. Practice, program, progress. What this means is what you practice becomes your program, habits. And what becomes your habits is when you develop the habits is when you see the progress. Practice, programs, progress. Y'all still able to hear me holding it like this? Obviously, huh? You like it? You can buy it if you want. It's only $16. You can pay with Afterpay. That means you can pay like $4 a week. Support it. Every single dime's going to fund the mission. If you want coaching, I got $25 coaching sessions anytime you want them. Hour-long coaching sessions. $25 anytime you want them. Ask any coach in the industry how valuable that is. Here we go. Here's another naysayer. We got another naysayer, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, man. Somebody that knows it all, according to 7,247 people. Fucking idiot. Are your parents upstairs? Oh, we got trolls coming in? Cuckoo. Oh, because user 749623380469 that's too afraid to tell the world who they are knows it all, huh? With 0 followers. Block. I'm so glad that we're building a team of testimonies. Like, we're people that are willing to tell anybody. You know what I practice? You don't even, I don't want you to take credit for it, but you don't have to fucking say Dan Wilkes' 9 predicates of willpower. Just tell them. Be the person that knows it all, right? Withhold that information until they ask, where'd you learn this from? Use that. That's an example of what I can teach you. How to use things in your life to give you leverage. Like waking up at 4 a.m. Once you commit your circadian cycle to that, and you're awake 2 hours before anybody else is willing to wake up, that's fucking leverage, baby. It gives you a feeling inside that I'm trying harder than anyone else. And it works. Right? 75K? What you mean? I understand what you mean. Yeah. Right. It's a modest living, especially for people that are just starting out, sharing their experience. Understand, a coach knows certain things. He'll let you know what he knows so you can understand, hey, I want to know this or not know this. I want this to be in my life or not. You know what I mean? That's what a coach is. It's completely a relationship, a coach and client relationship where you're like, I know this man's living or woman is this, and I want to amplify that. I want to fucking match that. So the vision of Co-Create Oneness is a worldwide coaching network of people willing to help addicts and homeless people overcome their circumstances and habits, and visualize and manifest a life that they want. That's the commitment. Welcome in, Bob. Thank you for the love, man. There's way more hate than there is love right now on this. With this, it's because of all the indoctrinated fucking beliefs inside of people that are in recovery. It's like, do you sprain your ankle and recover for a lifetime? Okay, well, what the fuck are you doing 3 years later with a key tag from your first time, the last time you used? There's a video that I got. Tony Robbins talking about smoking, and people are they start telling him, yeah, I've been quit for this long, and it's like, why do you stop saying that? Just say I'm not a smoker anymore. All you're doing is telling people how long it's been since you had a cigarette. Same shit. You have to change your focus. Focus. Understand this. Hocus pocus. Focus. You have to understand the etymology and morphography of the language that you use. Where did the word come from? Why do I use this word? You don't have to have a complete understanding, but just it's common sense basis. You can realize words that aren't good for you to fucking use, man. Focus. It involves magic, is what I'm meaning. When you focus intently, when you squint your eyes at something and your vision expands, why is that? Why can you squint your eyes on something and your vision get better? Well, that's God's inner natural way of telling you what you focus on expands. Let me see you. 74 followers. I see, because you've got so many followers that you come on other people's content to voice. Call me wrong. Call me wrong. I love you, Diamond Dave. You're a fucking badass moderator, dude. You all are. If you want to be a moderator and you're here to support the vision, just say it. I think I can only have a certain number, but yeah, dude. Yeah. 11 people. We're here to learn, grow, and evolve together. Right? I'm glad that I'm to the point where I've been building for a while, because with that comes all the people that I've helped, and with all those testimonies, there ain't nobody that can bring me down and tell, like, I established a circuit that would not that could not be disrupted. Right? It's an image in my brain that is backed by the opinions and testimonies of other people. Now I'm impenetrable. Like, you can't tear me down. I know what I am. Actually, Coach, your son helped me learn my name, and that my name is a ruler of righteous judgment, and exposer of deceit or something. Stop saying I get excited and I start forgetting. And then Wilkins is like armored warrior. And my spirit animal is wolf. And I've always felt like a lone wolf. So literally, I'm a lone wolf warrior, defender of righteous judgment. Like, I'm blushing because I feel so alive inside. Believe that. When you hear things about that, like that about yourself, fuck everybody else's opinion. Let it light you up. Let your cheeks blush. Let you be filled with belief that I am that. That is me. Hannah, if you can paint the vision, I can show you the habits that will make that vision a reality. The subconscious mind is the heart inside your chest. It has a network of 40,000 neurons in it that think by feeling. 40,000 brain cells in your heart, and they operate independently of the brain. They think by feeling. You ever tried to start something new and your feeling get in the way? That's why Neville Goddard says feeling is the secret. Jesus says, if the two make peace in this one house, then you can say to the mountain, move away, and it will move away. First, you have to think it. You have to have the idea. Then, as the guardian of the gate at your consciousness, the watcher you are, you let in these ideas. And as you let them in, they penetrate the Virgin Mary, and you birth a Savior. And that is a new belief, a new conception, a new idea of life. And that is how every part of your belief system is formed. First, you let it in through thought. You eternalize it and emotionalize it, and then it becomes a part of you. If the two make peace, if what you think about and what you feel about make peace. In other words, I know these habits will get me there. It's uncomfortable to fucking do it, but I'm going to choose to do it anyways. Anyways, no matter what. No matter how I feel. It was leg day today. I fucking hate leg day. But I tell you what, my legs are getting huge. You know why? Because I went and I did it. And the way it said do, I did it. And I hated every minute of it. But now I'm learning to love it because I'm seeing the results. I love you, brother. Thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Don't work too hard. Anthony. 3-piece. I love that. We are 3. All right. Did we go over them all? No, we got stuck. That's me. That's me going off on tangent. That's one of the habits I'm trying to break. It's okay. So use this as an example of how you, in the process of changing your habits, you don't say, man, I did fuck. Attitude is everything, baby. It's okay. Now you know. It's a continuous daily process of showing the Father in you what you want. I and the Father are one, but the Father is greater than I. Why? Because it puts everything in front of you. Your life is the way it is because of what you've let in, and it's made so. The Father within you does the work. The Father within you is the habits inside of your subconscious mind. Think from I and not me. There is me, which is ego, and it wants where we are, and it doesn't want more. It's comfortable. It doesn't like change. But I is imaginative, and it takes willingness to like that. So that's the first predicate, willingness. It takes willingness to stand in the face of everything that goes against what you want and say, I'm going to be Moses and move through the Red Sea, right? Through the doubt and fear, and I'm going to get to my promised land. That's my promised land over there, the vision that I have for myself. Yeah, they did. That's right. Thank you for reminding me that. I'm so glad you guys are here to learn and pay attention. These are the people, you guys here, this small audience, thank you so much, Jimmy. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. Join me live. I see a lot of invites. That's only a perk of subscribers. I only do that for the people that support me. And there's a big reason behind that. We'll save that for another episode. Thank you, man. You've been following me for a while, I think. How long? Good minute. I like your new profile pic. That's why I didn't catch you at first. What's up, dude? What's your name, Agent 666? What's your name? You don't tell nobody. What's your name? I know you would, baby. Thank you. Thank you, Hannah. Tate Top G. Oh, I love fucking Andrew Tate. You're in the right space. You graduated from the university? Dude, celebrate that shit. That's great. Here, I'll hit the heart for you. 258 days, baby. Let's go! Have you painted a vision of your future and started committing to it to build habits for it? 258 days sober is an anchor to the last time you drank or the last time you used. I want you to be 258 days connected to your vision. That's how we change. Thank you so much, man. I'm proud of you. That's why I wanted to commend you first and not be like, "Nyeh." But we're changing the dogma. We're changing the conversation. In order to do that, we celebrate recovery end dates. That means you start recovery, and recovery, the process, it ends around the 6th month after you've consistently shown yourself that my habits are changed, that I don't hang around with these people anymore, that I don't go to these places. And once that is in place, we celebrate that date. Fuck yeah. Man, vision boards changed my life. All right, guys, let's get back into it. My mom might call and interrupt us because she's coming home from the doctor, but until then, let's keep going. So the 9 predicates of willpower, I think I got all the way down to language power. We got to practice programs in progress. Practice programs in progress. So now we're on O. No. We're on, yeah, O. Sorry. O. Order and organization. Your life is literally a process of ordering chaos. We live in chaos. We live on chaos. Our planet is an evolving form of chaos. Storms, destruction, and construction. The O, the order, the organization. You have to organize all of that into a daily practice. You have 10 decades. A human being has 10 decades. How many do you have left? 10 years is mastery. So how many things can you master? What legacy can you leave? It's going to be challenging. But you don't have to burn out. You don't have to experience too much challenge. You can take it in small baby daily steps. 1% better daily. What's the question, John Murphy? I'm sorry if I'm ignoring you. So, I'm trying to get through them quickly. W, work ethic. There's a lot to say about work ethic, so I won't start it here. Just write it down. Work ethic. And the last one is R, which is ritual and routine. Same time every day, same thing every day. Ritual and routine. With these 9 predicates, and you having a daily practice of them with a certain few things, it's going to take time to find them. They can change. That's why it's a complete recovery blueprint. So now we did willingness, and there's a video on my YouTube channel. If you miss a live, they're on my YouTube channel. A day behind. We went over willingness, the first predicate of willpower, 2 days ago. Today we're going to go over imagination. I'm going to have to do something with this now that I said I was done yelling 25 times. Soon this will be a podcast, and I'll be even more structured. It's going to be called the Help Self Podcast. I'm mastering the art of seeing it in your mind and objectifying it in your world. That's what you are, dear human. You're a builder. Everything in our world was first imagined in a human mind and then built with our hands. The mind of man is the mouth of God. Our hands are the hands of God. God can't work through your life if you don't do it. The clouds aren't going to open up and drop a big bag of money in your lap. You got to realize what money is. It's an exchange of value. So how many different values are you providing to other people? That's all it is. I'm learning. I've got 5 different things that I provide value, how I provide value, and they're growing. Things that I know with beyond a shadow of a doubt I can provide to people in my coaching. And then I've got merchandise, and I've got, I wrote a book, and I've got an audio book, and I've written 3 audio books that are out there that I'm receiving royalties on. And you got to create different revenue streams. They're not going to be overflowing with abundance at first. It's a stream. But why get God involved? Because you are God. God is used to control people. God is a word that explains the ethereal, the all, something that's outside of us. But it's actually, we're all connected. That's the point behind Co-Create Oneness, is to connect you or reconnect you or just make sure you are connected consciously to the power that you are. You, dear human, out of 8,700,000 species, you have the ability to create language through your thinking, through your memory. Because you can memorize and because you can be rational, you can use words to describe different sounds, to create, to understand different meanings of life. And you memorize them and you communicate them to your subconscious mind. Language. Abracadabra. I create what I speak. Pastor Capule. Did I say that right? Capule. I know a little bit about Taoism. I study Alan Watts. He's one of my favorites. So I know a lot about the Tao. It's everything that I do know is from me applying what I'm learning to my life. I'm not a memorizer and studier of things to be the smartest guy in the room. I'm a Tim Ferriss. I'm trying to figure out how to create tangibly what I see, my version of heaven. And I'm going to do it. It's happening right now. Now I'm supported by a lovely community, a growing community that involves other people, creative people and coaches that are willing to commit to the same mission. It's already here now. Co-create oneness, baby. Co-create oneness. I constantly have to remind myself to be here in the now. I worry myself to death and parent out of guilt. So that moves us on to the next. That's a perfect segue. I want you to pay attention to that synchronicity. As that comment came in, I was ready to move on to the 8th predicate of willpower, which is emotional intelligence. It's beautiful. That's a synchronicity from the universe. It can be numbers or it can be situations in your life. It could be your coach's son invented a product and has the same company doing research and development as your product. And you'd be like, wow, we're meant to be. Synchronicities in your life. All right. Ritual and routine. That's the last one. Ritual and routine. I probably already went through them all and just got caught up thinking we were still on the W. I feel like that now. Anyways, what we're going to talk about today is imagination. And it'll be quick. It's going to be quick. It's going to be probably 20, 30 more minutes. First, I want to help you understand the morphology, meaning where the word comes from, why it was formed into what it is, the different parts of the word, and what they mean. Imagination. First you have I. Remember just a while ago I said there's an I and a me. Jesus says, if thine eye be single. I. All right. Mage. It's not hard, huh? Pretty self-explanatory, right? A magician. A wizard. One that wields magic. A mage. I mage. Ation is a suffix that involves a process. It involves doing. Ation. Imagination. So I wield magic through a process. Imagination. I references the Father, the divine intelligence. Always remember that. The divine mind. The Father within you. Jesus always says, the Father within me does the work. He doesn't never once say, I'm God. He says, I and the Father are one. The Father is greater than I. It is not me that does the work, but the Father within me. My habits within me does the work. My faith within me does the work. Imagination is the ability of the mind to be creative. Imagination requires a few aspects: resourcefulness, interest, and assumption. You have to be able to assume it's possible for you to imagine it. You have to have those three. You've got to be resourceful enough to find the things that will teach you the things that will help you understand the things that will help you create your own perception of the universe and how it works. Resourcefulness. Using the tools you have at your disposal for your betterment. Resourcefulness. Interest. You got to be interested in it. If you're working a job now and you're not interested in the job, or maybe you were at the start, that's the universe saying it's time to move on. It's time to pick a different path. Do you like Chuck E. Cheese? I do like Chuck E. Cheese. But, I mean, I wouldn't go there anymore. I'd look like a pedophile, right? I'm a 35-year-old man, single with no kids. All right. So I want to give you a good practical exercise. Hang on. Sorry. So there's a book called The Master Key System. Write it down because it's in the public domain and you can read it for free on the internet. You type in Charles F. Hannell, spelled like this. Hannell is spelled H-A-A-N-E-L. Charles F. Hannell. Hannell. He's pretty much one of the founding fathers of the New Thought movement. He's the reason why everybody's preaching law of attraction now. Not the only reason, but one of the reasons. In his book, The Master Key System, he's got this exercise after the first few chapters. It involves a process of sitting down in a comfortable chair, quieting the mind, and sitting fucking still. That's it. That's the part that we're going to take out of this. It's in the public domain. I can borrow from. I'm going to give him credit, and I'm going to say, all right, I'm going to take this. We're going to use a few more, but right now, that's the first thing that you master. Sitting still for 15 minutes every single day for a month straight, for 2 months straight. Science says that it takes 66 days to build a habit, to seal the neurocircuitry with a strong network of neurons. Struggling with my synonyms today. Sit in the chair and sit still. Step one. And the other step, once the body is asleep, when the body is still for 5 minutes or more, once it's asleep, your subconscious mind is most awake. Your subconscious mind is in control of the body and all. You're using the subconscious mind every time you move a limb. Every time you use any kind of effort, you're using the subconscious mind. It's in control of all those things. So if you want the consciousness within you, the Father consciousness, to awaken, you quiet the body. Just sit still. Your mind's going to race everywhere. If you've never meditated, it's going to go every which way. But all you got to do is devote 15 minutes. Just 15 minutes. What's up? How you doing, Stacy? Or what's your name? I would love to know who's behind the Concrete Junkie name. Is that you, Stacy? I know I remember you every time, but I think I'm trying not to embarrass myself. Um, Once you sit still, you awaken the Father consciousness. It's another way of explaining it is right now we're in beta range consciousness. We're completely aware. But once the body's asleep, once you're relaxed, once reverie is there, the brainwave state drifts into alpha and theta. Theta is the door to the subconscious mind. It's not a matter of belief for me. It's a matter of looking at facts. Yes, energy, frequency, and vibration is the primary law of the universe. Energy is not created nor destroyed. And everything is vibration, frequency, and energy. So yes, my answer is yes. Yeah, no, I don't. Well, I'll pray for him, I guess. Compassion is the cure-all for that. Once you understand that they're suffering, compassion means not only the ability to recognize suffering in other people, but to have a deep desire to want to remove that suffering. I use solfeggio frequencies, brother. I have solfeggio frequency tuning forks right over there. What's up, Adam? Welcome in, brother. Love you too. If you guys ever miss a live or any of the stuff in it, because we do get on TikTok to scroll, and all of this is on my YouTube channel now because it's very important that I preach this message and I teach it every single day. It's structured now. I've got a 9-week program, a 6-month program, and a 1-year program. And if you commit to any of them, it's going to change the way that you live life. Period. Back to imagination. Yeah, once you get that body asleep, make sure I got it right. It's on the next page. You sit still, you focus on your breath for 5 to 7 minutes. You make the body go to sleep. Once the body is asleep, you use cues to enter a dream state. Cues meaning either a memory of something amazing that happened to you that you have emotional connection to, or it's got to be positive because you have to cue the visualization aspect of what you're doing. A lot of us, we're sitting still, but once the body's asleep, you're still not able to focus. But if you have cues, it's more helpful. How do you create cues? Cues can be any imagined scenario that you want to play with. Any 5-second version of heaven to you. A new girlfriend, a new car, a new house. It could be any scenario. Make it a movie clip. It's a scene in a movie. It's just going to take the rest of the time. So now you've sat still and you focused on your breath for 5 to 7 minutes, and you're completely in a state of theta, where your imagination is awake. You got 5 choices. You don't have to do them all, or you can do them all. See, hear, feel, smell, taste. Hear. See the scenario in the background. Hear the sounds of the environment. Is there congratulations? Is there hand clapping? Feel for the experience you seek. Like, what would be the emotions dominating you in a moment like this? Feeling doesn't just involve what you touch. Feeling means everything that you feel. Feel is the sensation, not touch. You can feel someone in the room. That explains the 6th sense. You can feel somebody behind you. That's feel. You're able to feel. That's the sensation. Smell, the perfumes, the candles, rain, cedar, sawdust, honeysuckles. What's it smell like? Sensory input is needed Taste. Is it a dinner party? Is it a wine? Is there wine? Is there dessert? Is there cannabis? Is there chapstick? Is there, like, taste it. It could be anything that involved in what you would. Do you have chapstick on your lips while you're standing there in this moment? Anything. And you're not going to be good at it at first. But here's one thing I can promise you by practicing this for 15 minutes a day. You'll feel amazing afterward. And that's one of my primary teachings, is to teach people how they feel throughout a given day because of their own subconscious programs, their own thinking. People get stuck in this cycle of negative thinking, where you're judging your future reality and what could happen by everything that's already happened. Yeah, I don't want to drink this water anymore. It said, I read this on the can, on the bottle the other day. Public water supply, Denver, Colorado. So if I get a fluoride strip and put it in this water, is there going to be fluoride in it? I'm going to test that as I take a big drink. I'm trying to rid my water supply that I consume of fluoride. Imagination, my friends, increases neural activity. You know something else that helps with imagination? Why I preach the message of weapons or tools? Look at my shirt. Look at my tattoo. There are weapons and tools, okay? And if you don't have a creative imagination, get your focus on the optimistic future, on everything that you picture heaven as, heaven on earth. And then use tools, and because that's what you call prepping before you use the dose. Okay, you could be sad and mad and have a horrible experience. Okay, you choose your focus and you use the tool to enhance the imagination. It's what I do. It's why I use them. Everything that I've built, I give credit to these. It's the only other plant, it's fungi, but it breathes oxygen. I feel it to be the manna that the Israelites spoke of. It appears overnight, right? Mycelium from the ground, it comes up underneath the cow patty, overnight, like falling from heaven. Either way, dude. Manna from heaven. Mushroom, lion's mane, cordyceps, chaga, reishi. That's why you see all the video games and all the Dungeons and Dragons and all the magical stories. What are the poisons? This is actually a poisonous mushroom known as the fly agracea or something. But it's a symbol that we all know and understand as what? So that's why I put it on here. That's an amazing idea, dude. I can get inside my group, dude. Me and Brandon have all kind of ways to help you turn that into an actual. First phase is research and development, and we got the perfect company for you. Research Davison. Research Davison, the company. They help you get your product, your invention in front of someone that will manufacture it. With the manufacturing will come another deal. But I'm here to tell you, they don't really take more than 10%. Davison. 10% royalty, you still keep 90%. Manufacturer, you got to work out a deal with the manufacturer when you get in front of them. Davison. Yep, just like that. I hope that you would consider joining our community, man. The reason I'm asking so much is because I'm trying to build something. And even if you've got the ability to put notifications on silent, because you'll get all kind of notifications, or even maybe not even do that and just be willing to handle the notifications, because it's all going to be love from other people. The way we operate inside of the WhatsApp group is amazing, because you do a roll call every day that helps you stay interconnected with the group. Roll calls involve your victories, your failures, your focus, your fears, all of that. What are you focusing on? What are you fearing? Call them out by name. Giants shrink once you call them out by name, right? David and Goliath. Call out your focus and your fear. At night, come in and tell us your victories and your failures or anything that you're experiencing that you don't want to, and you get tons of answers. And the only rule is, if you haven't overcome the adversity, you don't do anything but share compassion and empathy. You don't give advice if you haven't overcome it and gotten to a higher place in life. The link's on my page, brother. Soon there'll be a link for coaching. I'm a very affordable coach, and if you're here and you want to be here, I've done podcasts, I've done audio books, I've done all these creative things and been beginner level successful with them. Why can I state this confidently? I'm not the one to get you to expert level, but if you're all these things that you got going in your life and you feel like the internet is a tool I can use to enhance this, I can teach you all the things I've been studying for the past 3.5 years. I've built 5 websites. The website on my page now, all the rest of them sucked, but the website on my page now I'm proud of, and I'm continuously adding to it. And the Spirit communicated me the other day and said, keep building, son. Building takes time, right? Thank you for spreading that positivity and love. Warmly received, AJ. Thank you. AJ Mandela. Consider joining our WhatsApp group. Are you a positive person? We need you inside of our community, doing that with everybody that comes in once or twice a day. Together, because of the compassion, because of the advice, because of the mentorship, we grow together daily, evolution, recovery, innovated. Amen, me too. I'm connected to the Father within me. And I know that the earth is the mother. And I know that together they make up your reality. But that still, you control everything that is put in front of you in your reality by what you let in first. So say, for instance, if you would spend 12 hours in a meditation, picturing life exactly how you want it to be, imagining it, impregnating the subconscious mind. Jesus spent 40 days in the desert meditating, being tempted by the enemy. When they say meditation, you can best believe he's imagining heaven. He's going within and entering heaven. The kingdom of heaven is in the midst of you, in the middle of you, your heart. Rapture? Oh my God, I'm learning about rapture. That's a idea of what happens when you consciously evolve. It's here now. Jesus is in between two thieves. The thief of the past and the future are thieves of the present moment. And one of them denies him and the other says, remember me. And he responds, how? Now is the appointed time. What he's saying is, I'm already there. I'm there now. I'm in heaven now. You don't have to wait. There are no end times. No, I do not believe that. It says 4 of 4. The scripture that you're talking about, end times, it does not mean end times. Jordan Maxwell will help you understand the language. If you'll get a companion's Bible, it will show you. Use a companion's Bible, go to the scripture where it says 4 of 4. When you see the man carrying the pitcher of water, follow him into the city, for this is the sign for the coming of the end of the age. Age. Not world, age, not end times. What he's saying is Jesus fed the masses with the 2 fish 2,000 years ago, my friends. The end of the age is here. We're moving into the age of Aquarius. Age of Pisces, age of Aquarius. 8 billion people on earth co-create oneness. That's the reason I'm using this, because I know the age we live in. It's a beautiful age where you can manifest anything you want because you're interconnected worldwide through wireless information, and you have an ability to create the exact support group you need. All you got to do is start asking and telling people. There are millions of people just like you. And how are you ever going to find them if you stay in your city? Well, use the internet. His name was Yeshua. Amen. Amen. 8 billion people on earth. 8 in many religions. Muslims believe that there are 7 hells and 8 paradises. Buddhists, you're going to meet me back here so I know when I come back. I love you. Be here in a minute. I did it. Quick, huh? Pretty damn quick. I'm telling you, I'm glad Planet Fitness has a 10 in bed, because I don't think I've ever looked better in my life. Simple daily habits, or weekly habits, that one. Once a week. Boom. I guess that serves as an example of the relationship that I have with myself. That is a daily practice of myself, high-fiving myself, rewarding myself when I do something that required hard work, and I know that I can celebrate my wins, milestones, and achievements. It's a process of personal growth. Daily. A commitment. I don't have much more to say on imagination. But I want to give you more than just that practical exercise. I want to give you ways to enhance your imagination. If you don't have access, you have access now inside of my WhatsApp group. A 2015 neurological study covered by CNN showed that people that engage in artistic activity are 73% less likely to have memory or thinking problems. So some quick little ways that you can enhance your imagination. Glance out the window for 10 seconds, then close your eyes, and then try to envision what you just saw. And then open your eyes and write down everything. So glance out the window for 10 seconds. Capture an image in your mind. Close your eyes. See that image in your mind. Open your eyes and describe everything. That'll help you increase your imagination. Other ways, other really, really, really easy ways. Rewrite the ending of a favorite movie. Literally, a movie's only 2 hours long. If you pick the last scene in the movie and rewrite it. Doesn't take much writing. You can use a computer if you don't like writing, like me. Create a brand and expand upon it. That's what I'm doing. I'll commit the rest of my life is committed to this brand. Replacing 12-step recovery. Being the one referred to by court systems instead of indoctrinated 12-step beliefs. Think of a limitation that you have. Think of any limitation that you have. I hope you're taking notes still. Think of any limitation that you have. Create a product or service that would eliminate that would remove it. Rewrite a song. Do you like a song with negative lyrics? I have many. This is what I do. For instance, the Christian song. It says, I sing it all the time, but it says, I don't deserve it. Still you get... I deserve it, baby. I deserve it. So you just pick a song that you like, that you want to continue listening to, but that has lyrics that you don't agree with, since language is a creative faculty, and you should not sing or repeat things, especially when they're connected to high-frequency emotional cadences and fucking... Like, music is a fucking tool to enhance your emotion. And if you're sad, you'll feel more sad. But if you're compassionate, you'll feel more compassionate. So, rewrite a fucking song that you like the way that you think it should be, in a positive, more constructive way. Any more? Let's see. Perform any task that can be done subconsciously, meaning walking, driving, riding a bike, writing. Why? The body's more asleep. Hook yourself up to an electroencephalograph and go for a walk or write with your dominant hand. And there'll be no brain activity. Why? Because the body has learned it. The body mind, the subconscious, the Father has learned how to do it for you. You ever been driving and you're driving and you're having such a good time and talking with your passenger and all of a sudden you snap to and you're like, damn, I haven't been paying attention. It happens to me all the time with no one in the car. So driving drifts your brainwave state into alpha, where the subconscious mind is more susceptible to change, to accepting new programs. So yeah, so this is the process of this exercise. You perform any task that can be done subconsciously. And then think imaginatively while you're doing that with your cues. The cues that you've created with smelling and tasting and seeing and hearing and feeling. Use those cues when you're driving. Daydream, if you will. You're like, that's a dangerous activity you're condoning. I'm saying, like, be mindful and don't go over 60, right? Pick a road with less traffic. My dog's happy. Are you kicking? And she stops when I go to try to flip the camera. Girl, no. All right. Let's see. Get out in the nature. Just pick a park. Go sit at it. Colorado's beautiful, and it's got all kind of little roads where you, or main strips that are close to a mountain that you could go off and climb. It's got all kind of those places. Go there. Take your notebook. Some people will like fucking disagree. Like, don't go out into nature with a tablet. Take your tools with you when you're going to do this thing that's going to help you think from the Father. Wishing involves, so that's most people, Hannah. Don't take this the wrong way. There are people that wish, and there are people that dream and go after it. Like that, wishing, and the thing that you wish for is only 3 years ahead of where you are now. I wish I could escape to where you are. I'm 3 years ahead of you. 365 days times 3, I've been doing the same thing every single day. 5-hour personal growth habit every single day. Going live to practice speaking and presenting and making content every single day. Where I am now is beautiful, and I love it, and I have tools to make it even better. Join my WhatsApp group. But it's only because I'm 3 years ahead of you. You'll get there, and I will coach you there. Yes. Stepping away from social media for periods of time, taking a hiatus. Yes. Well, I would say this. Are you the master of your fate and the captain of your soul? Because if you are, you're not looking at content on social media for entertainment. When I scroll, I've tricked the algorithms now. I've hit not interested on so much content that it knows what not to put in front of me, and it knows to put in front of me Tony Robbins and Mike Tyson and anybody that's preaching or speaking a message that's inspiring, full of hope and compassion. That's on my feed. Yes. This is my life's purpose. The more I will say this: if you come in right now, it's empty. It's not. There's nothing there, and I feel like people leave after 3 days because they don't see a lot. I'll explain to you towards the end of this how to make it a beautiful experience inside the group, and understand that the chat's absolutely empty right now. But in a matter of 3 days, you'll be very satisfied that you joined. Yes, man. Stepping away, but I would say, what are you doing when you step away? Time is the only thing that we do not have in abundance. You go outside, you look outside, you'll see more than one of everything. There's two everywhere you look. There's more than one. That's abundance. That's plenty. But time. You got a job? Does it take time to get to that job and time to get home from that job? You got bills, and you got spend time with kids, and you got love on your family. There's a time for all of those things. There's a time and place for everything under the sun. But it takes planning and ordering the chaos, one of those predicates of willpower. You have the time. You have 10 decades or more in your lifetime. There's people almost living to 110. Can you believe that? There's a 107-year-old woman in Thailand right now that's like, blows my mind that she could look that old, be that old, and still be moving in the way that she is. It's beautiful. Can't remember her name. So yeah, dude, the first predicate of willpower is willingness. And if you haven't checked that episode out, it's 2 days ago, and it's on my YouTube channel. Watch the whole thing. This is a practice of understand what I'm doing here. I created all this stuff. I've been teaching it for about 6-7 months. But I wasn't good at teaching it before. I didn't have it memorized before. Doing this every day not only is helping other people, but it's helping me master my craft. One of the things I've chosen to master with my next 10 years. Think in terms of decades. And line your goals and your habits and the things that you want to practice up with that vision of this decade. In 10 years, I want to be here. All right, work down. Get to monthly, weekly, and daily in terms of habits. It's been good, man. One thing I'm doing here is making it easier for me to literally storm through and write this book. I've been stuck on this book for 7 months. I've got the structure for the book and all the content. Or not all the content, but I've got the structure, right? I've got it outlined. And I'll sit down to write and I'll be like I've learned that 90% of writing a book is research and prepping and outlining exactly what I'm doing here with daily presentations of my ideas. So soon you'll have a book, soon you'll have a course, soon you'll have an audio book. These are all things that I'm committing myself to in order to show people the power they have inside of themselves. You have power. This is how to manifest it. This is how to connect to it. This is how to use it as a tool instead of a weapon. Thanks, John. So let's open up the floor. You guys got any questions? Is there anything else I can help you with today? Is there anything you're going through specifically that you would like me to speak on? Is there anything, man? I'm here to help you. I've never been awake more to my purpose ever in my life. Let's go over that really quick. The predicates of willpower, they're set up in a way where it's a 9-week program pretty much. That's what it is. It's a 9-week program. It takes you 9 weeks to learn all these things and then have them as tools for you to build the life you want. I'm trying to find the notes that I had on it. Wrong side. What in the fuck is going on? My brain's so confused right now. Here it is. Okay. Bitch. So much disorganized notes. Got to take care of that. I'm just now practicing organization of my life, like having a place for everything in my room, so order. That's the 6th predicate of willpower. Order and organization. So like the first week is to help you connect to your vision. If you'll notice how willingness, getting out of the boat, Peter, and walking on the water, getting curious about life, putting yourself in front of challenging circumstances or uncomfortable situations, being curious to try new things, to take beginners courses, to see if you like blogging or if you like vlogging or if you like skiing or if you like jiu-jitsu or whatever it is. Being curious enough to take beginner level introductory classes so that you can find passions. Being curious, the willingness, and then you have imagination, which is vision, and then language that involves deprogramming and programming, and from your language comes your actions. So it's just a step-by-step process of first becoming willing to do this, and then understanding that the vision is everything, and then understanding that language will help you develop the actions until you get down to the life audit. And once you get in front of this coaching tool called the life audit, it's the wheel of life. It has every desire that you could possibly want categorized in this wheel of life. And you say, all right, well, here's where I am in each category. And you say, here's where I want to be in each category, 1 through 10, on a scale of 1 to 10. And then what you get is your starting path. For instance, my number one priority when I started my path on this pathway was personal growth. And at the time, I was at a 2. And I was like, you fucking know what? I want to be at a 9. And I set so that's, you find, but through the difference of subtracting where you are and where you want to be, you find out where where the area of most rapid improvement could be made. And for me, it was personal growth. I was at a 2 and I wanted to be a 9. That's the area you should put the most effort into right now to get the best results in the least amount of time. It's a coaching tool. And you move on down, and it goes from vision to practical until you get to the bottom with the last predicate, and you have a ritual and routine that you do every single day, like I do. I have no doubt whatsoever that because of my ability to speak, I will find speaking gigs this year. People in Pueblo, especially once I start creating all the content I'm about to create and tag Pueblo as the location and put it on LinkedIn and put it on all these other platforms, it's going to get out there. It's a process of building, and I want to help you build that for yourself. So that's it. That's all I got for today. I want to help you build what I've built for myself, a lone wolf. I'm comfortable being alone. I have a lot of friends, but none of them are in my life right now. Like, they're not in front of me. I can't touch my friends. I have no support group except by internet.
Daddy Joe.
What?
I need your help. Pick it up his jeans.
Okay, and I told you that I would be back after I'm off of TikTok, right? Like, taking off your jeans are most important right now.
From United Healthcare.
Fucking narcissist, man. Who's coming?
From United Healthcare, I'm going to get a $50 gift card.
Okay. Let me remove my frustration, man.
You forgot to get my pillow out of the back seat of Tim's car.
You didn't remind me. Why's it got to be me that forgot instead of you that reminded me?
I didn't know that you put it in there. You never put it in there.
Y'all listening to all that? If you ask God for patience, does He give you patience? Or does He give you opportunities to be patient? You hear him mumbling? Like, I'm still having to battle that. It's a distraction. There's more criticism than praise. There's constant judgment. All of that. It's not her. It's not me. It's her ideals and her values and aligning me with those. And that's where it comes from. That's a good end for today. If you want to understand why people treat you a certain way, all you have to do is align them with their ideal. My mother values cleanliness and she nags when it ain't clean. And my mother values all these different things that I don't value, but I know why she values them. And I don't condemn her or disrespect her for it. And it's a daily process of getting better. Like, you're going to yell. You're going to get frustrated. Go, go, go! Alright. I like coming back to see you guys still here. It's amazing. But you do get frustrated. Yeah, I know. Very much so. If you knew all the things in between that, though, I could tell you. She's a narcissist. The definition of a narcissist is her. I live with it. Unwilling to change, unwilling to see anybody else's side of the story, manipulates, lies, and deceives. For instance, let me give you an example. Yesterday, when I was going to court, she wanted me to do something before I went, but I had my own time, committed to my own time because I'm a grown man. And before I went to court, she went on a tangent where she pretended to be on the phone with one of my supervisors for the Medicaid people that pay me for taking care of her. And she wanted me to believe, through lying and manipulating, that I lost my job. First off, I've got many streams of revenue. I'm taking that check to cover the bills so that I can continue to build with the time that I have. There's very, very specific reasons why I choose to take $1,800 a month when my bills are only $900 and use the other $900 to build something. So although she doesn't understand it, I understand what a narcissist is. And all I'm here to do is I'm committed. When I was 15 years old, I made a commitment to her that I will never fucking leave you in a nursing home. That I'll never fucking back down or fucking throw you away. With that, when people are unwilling to change and grow, people that are not willing to better themselves always resent people that better themselves. It's a constant need of bringing you down to their level. It's okay. I've never been more awake in my life to how the universe works and why it works the way it works. We're experiencing for the universe. There is no physical reality without us. The universe doesn't know anything if not for the suffering and the fucking celebrations of us as a species. Without the war and the charity, without the construction and the destruction, without the chaos and the order, the universe doesn't get to experience it. That's why there's seasons. That's why there's winter with spring right after winter. Most beautiful time to have spring, right? New life, spring after everything's dead, right? The peace that I'm able to exude on my lives, it comes from the habits that I've developed. And it was hard. It was just like writing with your opposite hand. It sucked. It was uncomfortable. And part of me was constantly saying, with 1,000,000 different kinds of excuses. Even this morning, I had almost the excuse I needed to say, all right, no, I'm going to take a rest day. went anyways. And I'm glad I did, because my legs are freaking tight. Like, I know I know it's going to be some mad gains from this. 11, significant number up there. All right, man. You guys, thank you for supporting me. I would ask you one more time, consider joining the subscribers. Like, consider subscribing to this live. It will fund the advancement of the message and the spread of personal power worldwide. I'm not going to spend the money on anything but helping people overcome their circumstances. That's my vow to you. So, thanks, dude. You did? Cheers to the future, my friends. Cheers to building together, to co-creating oneness together, because it takes us, not me. It takes I and you and we. I'm going to leave you the same way that I leave you every single day. Tomorrow we'll go over in depth how to use the third predicate of willpower, language. But I'm going to leave you the same way I leave you every day, by reminding you that you're full of unlimited potential, and you have gifts that this world is waiting to benefit from. Go out and make it your mission to spread love and light, and practice giving those gifts. I love you. You're amazing. And I hope that you have an equally amazing day. Namaste. Peace.